Hey, it's Jack from Alphacharts with a state of the market video. Today is August 10th, 2024. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. Now, I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. All right, thank you all for watching the video. If you haven't done so, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You could also find me on X at Alphacharts365. I'm posting things all the time about the market on there. I do run a subscriber group. I give you a ton of information for only $10 a month. There's no contracts or anything like that. It's month to month. So you don't like it, you could always cancel. But really, I don't think you will because, I mean, there's just a lot going on here. And I think that there's going to be something and a lot of something for everyone, whether it's the focus list, annotated charts, midweek videos, a special weekend video that's about 30 to 40, usually 45 minutes longer. So what else do we give? We do market notes twice a week. I mean, you see everything is listed here, plus a ton of bonus content throughout as well. So I don't tell you what to do. I don't tell you to buy or sell. I just tell you what I would do, right? That's the whole point of this, give you an option, another point of view, and then you could take it and you could learn something from it. You could say, no, I'm wrong, and that's fine too. But I think it's very beneficial, and for the cost, it's a no-brainer. Check it out at Alphacharts365. And then just click subscribe. Very easy to do through the X platform. All right, let's get into this video. This is state of the market. We're going to start with the SPY, and you can see we had a really rough Monday, and then you had fights. To me, this is fighting, right? You had buyers and sellers. Ran it up, they ran it down. They ran it up, they ran it down. They ran it up, it stuck. They ran it up, it mostly stuck, and now you have a flat 9-day moving average. You did close this gap. There is still this gap. I think that's important right here. About 540-ish, right? 539.67. Is that what it is? 539.44. And you have a flat, and you're still underneath that 50-day moving average. So even if we close this gap, we would still be under the 50-day moving average right there. So I think that, there's still a lot of questions. The 23 is at 539, right? There's a lot of questions still, but we did have a very nice rally off the bottom. On the weekly, we actually closed even. Kind of crazy, right? For as bad as things were on Monday, the weekly closed even. On the RSP, it closed basically even as well. So that's really good to see. Now, RSP is back above its 50-day. So that's a very positive development, I think. RSP being above the 50-day. We still have this little gap right in here, which would still be underneath this supply-ish area, I think, of 170, we'll call it. So we'll see what happens as it gets up here. But then definitely outside of the mega caps, we have some nice movement, again, above the 50-day. Looking at the Qs, it looks more like the S&P, right? Slight gap right above, so below. Now a declining 50-day, right? It's already started to decline. We'll say flat to declining. The week was positive 0.41, so it came all the way back. I mean, if you would have bought the absolute bottom, which I know nobody's really doing probably, you're talking about almost 7% move. Strong move in 1 week. Bottom to top, and it shocked me. I was not expecting this to happen, but again, market doesn't care what I think. One thing I am noticing about all of these charts is as it's rallying up, you have a very big decline in volume. See that? RSP and equal weights I don't care so much about, but look at that on the indexes. Like it's losing steam, maybe. That's kind of how I read that. Equal weights were up 0.62, so even slightly better than the Qs. So again, looks good. Now equal weights only rallied to their 200-day. Look how bad they got beat. I mean, top to bottom, they were down almost 12%, 11.5%, and they rallied top to bottom 4%, 4.5%. So a lot more work to do, especially on these equal weight Nasdaq. again, declining 50-day. Yes, it's a start. Do I think it's a V bottom? My personal opinion is I don't believe this is going to be a V bottom. We're going to find out, right? Mid caps held the 200-day. Again, I think that's really positive outcomes is holding the 200-day. Still under a flat 50. And on the week, we had it down 0.4%. But again, back in this general range too. This above 525-ish, plus or minus a little bit. I think that's a big deal. So mid caps looking better there, and small caps retaking the 50, actually right above the 23-day. So of all the ones that are looking better, small caps look pretty good actually. Again, it's more of an equal weighted index, and you can see how it right now it's low, higher low, higher low, maybe, right? I mean, that's maybe the bull case, right? I do like that's above the 50. That's really good. So nice, very nice. Here's semiconductors with the 50 turning over, starting to decline. You really don't like to see the semiconductors declining. They're probably maybe the most important sector out there. They're in everything. They make everything go. So, and it hasn't even closed this gap, just under. Let's see what the low is. The low is 227.90. The high is 226.49. So so it hasn't even closed this gap. So I can see it maybe closing this gap, but it's got some major issues over here. Again, as it's rallying up, what are we seeing here? A decline in volume. On the week, it was up 3% on the week, though. Look at that, top to bottom. It really moved, huh? 14%. Wow. XSD was up 0.5% on the week. Again, very similar underneath the 200-day, not nearly as nice. Transports can't get anything going. I do like that they rebounded here. And this 200-day is still rising. It looks so weird, doesn't it, with the price all the way down here and everything else kind of declining. But yeah, we got a flat 50-day coming back 50 days. Let's see if we're near the top. 50 days is actually much closer. What I was thinking. 50 days is right here. Interesting. So this 50-day moving average, if price stays below it, is going to start to turn down. Again, I think transports are important, and I think transports are not confirming. I can't say they're not confirming, but they don't look great, right? Let's just put it that way. They just don't look good. And underneath the 50, underneath the 200, not a good look. Equal weighted transports look even worse, right? Look even worse. Now, again, it did rally up here, so we like that, but doesn't look healthy to me. On the week, they were down 0.65. Housing was down over 3%. This looks more like a bear flag than anything else for housing. So I would be very careful in this sector. And XHB, again, looks more like a bear flag, right, than anything else. So I'd be very, very careful. All right, so let's kind of make a conclusion to all this. By the way, I go through the internals and I go through much more in depth, including a in-depth video just for subscribers on the weekend and market notes to keep everybody with more of my thoughts and all that kind of stuff. So again, if you haven't done so, check out the subscription. But I think this market still needs time. I know a lot of people got really bullish as the week bore on. You see how volume is declining. That doesn't mean it has to roll over and crash. Maybe we get a retest. Maybe we just got to pull back to 523, pull these moving averages in just a little bit more, and then it can come up, right? Maybe it makes a higher low, right? I just don't know if Monday morning I'm out here buying S&Ps, and with both hands, right? I think I need to see more. I think this was constructive. I think we saw a lot of constructive work. I mean, look at SPY, look at Qs, they look the same, but especially in the small caps. Mid caps, they look a little bit better. Financials. Did we talk about financials? Um, no, you know what? Did we talk about small caps? I skipped small caps. So sorry about that. Small caps actually under the 50-day moving average, but trying to retake it. It was the financials which we like. So that's definitely a sector we should be paying attention to. Sorry for missing out that part of the video. Financials is something we should definitely be paying attention to because they are definitely, it looks like leading out of here. Small caps have some issues being under the 50 as well, just like the mid caps. But again, they look better than slightly better than the S&Ps and the Qs. Okay. So again, I would say for me, I'm still a little worried about this market. I would rather stay a little worried and be a little bit late to this party than be the first one there and the police have arrived early, right? Or something like that. Anyway, hope you all are doing good. Check me out at Alphacharts 365. Have a great week.